Hey, what's up? It's time for Dan. This is the final episode of the season. Now, last night, before I went to bed, I recorded the blue box reaction, which I am posting after this video. But you can, when that blue box reaction comes out, you can see at the start of the video, I'm already like mourning the loss of Dan. I'm already like really sad that I'm gonna watch the final episode of Dan later. So I've been thinking about it, but I'm in a better mood now, and I'll tell you why. It's because I found out, like, in the time between recording that video and recording this video, that Dan is coming back for season 2 in like July. That's awesome. I thought I would be waiting literally years. I thought I would be waiting like 2 years, maybe a year, but I thought it was decently likely it would be like a 2-year wait. I didn't think that we would be getting it basically in like 6 or 7 months. So that is extremely exciting for me because I love this show, and the fact that we're gonna be getting more of this show, you know, relatively soon. Like that's a decent, like that's a long time away-ish, but it's not really that long away. So I'm really excited for that. I hope that they can keep up the same quality. I hope that their workers are being treated well. But I'm so excited. So now I'm going into this finale with less sadness and more excitement because I know that it's not going to be the last I see of Dan for years. So yeah, anyway, Dan episode 12. I'm looking forward to this because we got introduced to Jiji last episode. That was a fun episode. He's a fun character. He's a very weird character, but very fun. And I don't know what to expect. I mean, I know that at some point we're probably gonna go to Jiji's house, but that felt like a season arc to me. I mean, that felt like a big one. I mean, at the same time, I thought like facing Turbo Granny would be like a season arc or a series arc, and it turns out that was like a 3 or 4 episode thing. So I guess I don't know with the pacing of this show. It could be like a thing that they deal with quickly. All I'm saying is I don't think they deal with it in this episode because they built it up quite a bit. So like maybe they'd start doing it. Maybe we end this season with them like going towards the house, or like they arrive at the house and then something scary happens and that's like a cliffhanger on the season. I don't know, but let's see. Let's jump into this. Make sure to support this video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing. Go to my Patreon account for full-length early access and exclusive videos, and yeah, let's jump into this. Dan episode 12.
Let her stay at your house, we beg you.
Ah, interesting.
We already got a cat.
How dare you lump me in with that nobody?
Gigi's face.
Don't even eat.
He said,
As long as my Hana's safe, I'll go back to my old job.
you're cool with him coming over.
No one else can help because no one else has a big
Oh
heart
my
like
god.
you.
The amount they ask of Psycho.
Running a hotel for horny anatomical models. Was it the kids?
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
What?
Turned out it was just a Christmas ornament.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
It's
damn.
their meeting ritual.
Time for dinner. Get the table ready.
Are you gonna stay and eat with us?
Oh, thank you. I'd love to.
Aw, so cute.
Yeah. And dude, Okarun, man, that transformation was so sick. It was
Yeah,
so
big him up.
badass. Oh, I wish I had some kind of superpower too.
You probably will get one at some point.
Roger that.
I mean,
What are you doing?
I like that
Such a
Jiji.
goofball.
I like that Jiji like bigged up Okarun at least.
You had lint in your hair.
Like, yeah, he's very close with her, but
Help him move.
Thank me again, and I will.
You're lucky, I think.
that could be you one day, Okarun.
I'll stay with you no matter what.
Oh,
If I let you
what
go
if he
now,
did it now?
I'll re-
Messiah say!
Oh my god.
You had lint! I decided I won't hold back anymore.
Really?
I'm going right.
For what?
For you? The fuck is he doing?
Wait, you're kicking the dust off.
Sorry, ma'am.
Gigi's influenced
Mama.
Okarun
Since
a
you're
lot.
staying at Janafundi's.
Grandma! These dudes don't need to hear that!
Hey?
Exercising his house will take a bit, and he lives a ways out.
True that.
I might have to stay the night.
You better come.
Yourselves at his house?
No, I was gonna see if you wanted to come along too.
Aw.
And let's hurry up and get it done.
He's so
Do the sooner
pumped.
Jiji can go. Oh yeah.
And Gigi's cool with that. Gigi's like, yeah, I just want to go back to my house. I'm not here for this romance drama.
That's creepy at night.
Are those
to be here after hours?
We're not tearing
Ira's
up the
friends?
place,
No.
just messing with
No,
the
they're
Ouija
not.
board.
You're enough without you going all.
Oh no. Oh, is that's fucking, it's the model. What's his name? Yeah, of course. He breaks the window every night? My man, just go out the door. He waits on the train. Oh! Holy shit! Can't he put himself back together from the pieces? He did it once. Damn. So he's not coming? Oh, look at her.
Don't worry. Always shows up.
That's so cute. Well, that fucking sucks. That's really sad. What was that? We heard the footsteps, but no one there. Oh.
Sorry, darling.
Oh.
I'm
He made it.
Oh,
Or did he? Or is this a dream?
I love you.
I think it's real. She's asleep in the background. Look out! Oh my god! What did he break?
I crashed. What the? Next when you get here.
faint tonight, but from now on, I'll be here by 2 a.m.
Yeah, well, just be
Promise.
careful running across the
every
street. What the fuck are we doing here?
What the hell?
Are you being haunted?
Get this
Oh god.
because of him.
Oh. Jeez, they put the intros late in this fucking show. Are they playing Old Maid?
I'll take. You suck at playing old maid.
He makes it too obvious.
Hey, look, I brought a ton of candy. Help yourself.
Oh my gosh, that is a ton.
Go, Momo, get candy. I got it from the old candies in change. I mean, I was tearing up like Creamy Mommy. Woo!
What that face?
I'm being immature, and it makes me sick.
I get this.
I don't know what. I need to focus on something else.
When you know that you're acting wrong in a
Like getting my
situation.
nut back. Nut. Nut. Nut.
What's up with you?
My nut! Oh, are nut jokes trending again or what?
It's
No,
nothing
he's just
like
got one
that.
testy.
It's kind
I
of.
thought it was like that one meme. These nuts!
Oh my god, they actually referenced the meme.
I'll pique her interest and grab her attention.
I mean, yeah, Gigi's strength is his humor.
I will talk about the sushi no-go now! Gorillas were considered UMAs until a century ago.
This is your
Like
strength,
the gorilla,
Ken.
I believe the Tsuchinoko will be the next cryptid to be proven real.
But Tsuchinoko Shrine? I want to see it.
Well, shucks, lady. If you want to go so bad, I'll take it.
Let's see him top that.
I don't think he's trying to top
Whoa, Look
anything.
at that. Does this mean Nessie's real too? I mean, I saw a photo,
Yeah,
but if it was
Nessie is real.
I'd for sure want it. Experts determined it was fake, but I saw a real one just the other day.
Now these two might
No
bond.
way. Take
First
it.
time I've talked to someone other than Miss Ayase about this stuff.
Yeah.
This is fun.
You're
Aw.
so cool, Okarun. You know everything.
Aw.
I got mad respect for friends like you.
That's so cute.
You're not? Do I suck that bad? Breathe.
Aw.
Friend, don't that make me a friend too? Don't it?
See, he's just a genuine guy.
Sorry, guy.
Tell me.
Drop it.
She just got really horny.
Now you.
But he's so nice.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I get that as well. Like when you're jealous of someone and you're like, fuck, but I hate that I like them in a way.
This volcano ain't gonna blow soon, is it?
Oh
My
no.
dad said the
That
last time
feels
it popped was about 200 years ago.
that feels like a Chekhov's gun.
You've ever-
Oh, what? Oh no. These are aliens.
We are in hell.
Yeah.
Gotta walk up a lot of stairs. There's a lot more. It's good for your stamina. You gotta practice your stamina. They look like they got pretty packed backpacks as well, so it's probably extra exhausting.
Well, what do you think? See any weird?
You got way too much energy.
The evilest thing they ever felt.
Well, I feel tired.
And Momo's not like
Sure you don't
a
see
pro
anything weird? Like
at figuring this stuff
anything?
out yet.
Super.
Oh, don't love that. Nope. Nothing.
Turned itself on!
Nope, that was me.
It was a cold in.
I'm bored and it's a TV. Nothing else to do. It can hide all it wants to. I got its number.
You're so cool. Massage, ma'am, on the house.
Yeah, that hits the spot.
She's just
Really good
accepting
for
the
a drink
massage.
right now, too. Something. We should rest up while we can. Come on, have a seat.
Yay! You get the spot right next to her.
Spirits are more active then.
Take off the backpack, dude.
Well, I'm gonna go hit one of them hot springs.
Oh, as soon as he sits down.
Now. Hope you and Jiji have fun while I'm soaking.
Wait!
Oh my
You're
gosh.
really leaving us?
Hot springs, bitches!
I brought you a glass of the
I love her.
sweetest juice and all. Dang it! I wanted to go soak with her too.
Well, you two better bond.
Play soccer?
No, he doesn't.
It's the inner part of your foot here to kick the ball.
It's so nice
Sorry.
that he's actually trying to bond with him.
Here.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, don't bounce down the stairs. Okay, thank
Glad
goodness.
Messiah isn't here.
You can kick that ball like a champ. You're so cool.
I don't think she cares that much about that.
Oh, right.
Maybe it would impress her a little bit, but mostly because of it's you rather than it's a cool skill.
I mean, Momo is cute.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that, bro. You respect her. She's special to you.
Yep.
Me, I totally love her personality and her face. You said you respected her.
Plus everything you said.
Dude, that's no fair. Oh, okay, then, well, everything.
Oh,
plus
now they're
love
getting
her eyes. There I
competitive.
went.
There I win.
That, nope, that don't count. That's two. I said I loved her face first, and her mouth's on her face, so you're saying I win.
The voice acting. I've kissed her. His voice. You can't play the card. You can't possibly.
Been nice to have a view.
Oh,
Well,
that's scary.
looky here. We got company.
Honestly, this is
Damn,
really
this
scary,
cutest thing ever.
even if they're not aliens. It's actually probably more creepy if they're not aliens, honestly.
Sure. That sounds good.
I win.
Let go of me, Jiji. I just noticed something. Look closer. You see?
What?
Your house is bigger on the outside.
Huh?
I don't remember there being any rooms on that side of it.
Oh,
Kind of young to be here
weird.
alone.
Like anyone can read that.
Oh, really? Okay, that sucks. Sounds hollow.
Hello.
Yep.
They're bad. Guys that
What?
stalk cute young things like you.
Oh.
Those kids.
I hate this. I hate this.
For all these goons?
Surely. What the fuck?
The rest will scatter.
Oh no! What the fuck? No! Really? I have to wait 7 months for more of that? Okay, I mean, great episode, but man, that's not a season cliffhanger, that's a fucking episode cliffhanger. That's like, normally when you end a season, like that makes me think they're treating this more as 2 cores rather than treating it as 2 seasons. And I mean, that makes sense if there's, you know, if it's coming out in such a short time, that it's more of a, you know, this where Court 2 is coming out, but I'm pretty sure they're calling it Season 2. But yeah, like, fuck, man. They're like, we're in the middle of a situation. Like normally, you know, a season ender would be either like them on their way there, you know, or it would be like even just last episode. If last episode was the last episode, then it would make sense to me, because it's like, okay, we've introduced a new character and we've, holy fuck, there's a big bug. Oh god, hold on. Fucking hell. Oh, I hate that. I hate bugs. I hate bugs. I hate bugs. Jesus. Okay. All right. I'm paranoid now. I'm paranoid about insects. Okay, we're all good. Yep, that's a shadow. We're all good. Okay. Yeah. If last episode was the last episode, then it would be like, okay, we introduced a new character and there's a threat coming up. Like, we've introduced all of these elements. I'm not saying this is like bad or bad writing or anything. It's just, I just want more. I just like, I'm watching this and I go like, oh, damn it. They almost gave me too much so that it feels like I'm partway through a story and I've like started to get invested in it and now I'm waiting many months for it to continue. Like maybe, I think it's either if they do this approach that they did, I think maybe they should have like an even bigger thing happen at the very end of the season, you know, like a big reveal. But obviously they're just working with what the manga says anyway, so there might not be a big reveal to use there. It's still pretty good. I mean, like the idea of like, oh, your house is bigger on the outside and then they find the spare room and it's got all that creepy stuff, like that's still pretty good. That's still a pretty good way to do it. Yeah, I'm just like in the state of, well, right now I'm in the state of extra adrenaline because I just saw a bug in my room. And if you watch my videos, you know I hate bugs. I hate them. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, I'm just in a state of like post done season 1, where now I'm so excited for season 2 that I'm like really sad at how long it's gonna be. Anyway, there's a decent amount to talk about here, but like, I don't know. I guess we'll see how long this discussion ends up being. It might be quite long or it might be very short, but let me just take my time with it. I mean, this is the last episode of Dan of the season. I'm just going to calm down. I'm going to let myself take as long as I need to do this discussion. And if you enjoy this discussion, if you enjoy me talking about this stuff, make sure to let me know in the comments that you like the video, and also that you like this part of the video. Because I really appreciate, you know, I know that heavy discussions aren't really for everyone. And sometimes people will like watch a bit of them and then cut out. Sometimes people watch the whole thing. Sometimes people kind of skip through it. Sometimes people won't watch it at all, right? I get it. People have different preferences. But if you're one of the people, when people tell me that they like watch the whole discussions and that they really enjoy them and stuff, it's really good. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel like, you know, I wasn't doing them for nothing, that there are people out there who care about it. So yeah, let's actually talk about the show at my own pace. So the themes of this episode were Okarun and Jiji and like what their relationship is gonna be, which is really interesting, I think, because like it's tough to get a read on someone like Jiji from Okarun's perspective, where it's like you don't know what his intentions are and you're also very jealous of him. Now, relating this to my own experiences, like I've absolutely felt jealousy in my life. It's funny, I actually in the Blue Box episode, which is coming out after this video, but you know, a lot of people watch this, it only comes out 2 hours after, so most of the people who watch this video, my Blue Box video is already going to be out. I talk a lot about jealousy in that video as well, because it also relates to the themes of Blue Box right now. But jealousy is a tough thing, and as I said in my Blue Box video, it's something that it's okay to feel. There's nothing wrong with feeling jealousy. It's not okay to like do things to other people based on your feelings of jealousy, essentially. And what we have here is we're seeing Okarun's jealousy, and I don't think he's doing anything wrong. Like I think he's going about it right now the right way, where it's like he's feeling jealous and he's trying to use that jealousy to make himself better, but he's not necessarily trying to sabotage Gigi or whatever. Like maybe he's almost too paranoid of Gigi, where he's like when he found out that she was gonna be at Gigi's house alone, he was like, it's just gonna be you two there at the house all day. Like he got very protective, right? Which is understandable, and I get it. But at the same time, you know, like she's not your girlfriend. Like and if she was your girlfriend, you know, you maybe just have to trust that she's not going to do anything because she's your girlfriend. So like either way, you know, maybe overreacting a bit, but at the same time, like firstly it's anime, so it's heightened. All the reactions and stuff are heightened for comedy. But also, you know, he's a teenager. It's tough. It's a very difficult situation. I don't blame him. I don't at all. So yeah, the thing about jealousy, and this is back to relating to my experiences, is I have definitely had a lot of moments where I have felt jealous of someone, and the problem is that the person that I feel jealous of is a likable person, and that's my biggest issue with them. I have always, and I think I'm okay to admit this, even though this is kind of shameful for me. But I think it's important to demonstrate my point that I think jealousy is okay. I get very jealous of people who are like talented, good looking, charismatic. I get jealous of anyone who I perceive as having the same traits as me. I've always said, whenever I've seen like things where it's like, oh, people duplicate themselves and then they become friends with themselves or whatever in media, right? I've said, I think if there was another me, I wouldn't like myself. And it's like the more similar someone is to me, like kind of I see more flaws in them. And it's because I've spent my whole life picking apart my own flaws. And so when I see it in other people, it frustrates me. And it also makes me feel embarrassed about my own flaws again. Because then I see that person, I'm like, they're acting exactly like I would act. Does that mean that that's how people see me? And then I'm seeing them negatively. And even other people might not see them negatively for those same reasons. But since I'm seeing my own flaws in them, I'm seeing them negatively and I'm seeing myself negatively. And it's just spiraling downwards, right? So yeah, I get along best, I feel like, with people who aren't super like me. They're like different enough, but like they still have the traits that I admire in myself and admire in other people. And it's a difficult line to draw. I think that's why I'm friends with a lot of women, right? That's not bragging. I'm trying to emphasize why I think it is, because like part of the reason I think that is because they're less likely to have a lot in common with me and remind me of the horrible parts of myself, you know? So like it's like jealousy is something that I definitely feel a lot, but I also I feel like I've got a relatively good grasp on my own emotions, and I know not to actually take that out on people or change how I do things based on other people, you know? And also, I felt that jealousy so much less and less as I've grown older. In high school, it was terrible, like really, really bad. But now I feel like my jealousy, I don't really feel it that much. Like I can't remember the last time I felt like massively jealous of someone. So, you know, it would have been a while ago at this point, but I still know it's present in me. I'm not going to pretend it's gone away. And so I understand when Okarun is sitting there and he's watching Jiji, and Jiji is making Momo laugh a lot. And that's the big thing, right? And I mean, it extra sucks for Okarun because, like, you know, I feel like if I'm relating it to myself, I feel like I'm decent at making people laugh. I feel like I've got a decent sense of humor. And so, like, but I know not everyone has a great sense of humor, you know, like, or not everyone knows exactly what to say to make other people laugh and stuff. And I imagine that would be quite tough. Like, I listen to a lot of, you know, I watch stand-up comedy. I listen to a lot of comedy podcasts. I've, like, throughout my life, like, taken in a lot of comedians and, like, how comedians do things, and sort of, like, studied it. Not really studied, like, I didn't hit the books, but I've always found an interest in it, and I've always, like, tried to learn about comedic timing and all of that. Plus, I'm a performer. I've done a lot of acting classes. And like, in our acting classes, we would do, like, improv every week. And when you're doing improv, a lot of the time you're doing comedy, essentially, you know. We didn't do much serious improv. It was often quite silly and funny, and so I was doing it in front of, you know, 20 people in my class. Like, I was doing it in front of them every week. So I've had a lot of practice with that stuff. For someone like Okarun, you know, he barely talks to people. So I imagine, like, it's really difficult when you see someone like Jiji, who is very naturally charismatic, and he's very silly. And the thing is, he's like, everyone kind of finds him, like, this is a really interesting thing about Jiji's character. Everyone finds him kind of annoying, but he's, like, so self-aware of his own annoying nature that it kind of, like, bleeds into charming a little bit, which is what I find with a lot of, like, I like a lot of annoying girls in anime, right? Like, I've talked about that before, or in any media, really. Like, when there's an annoying girl character, I tend to like their character quite a bit, right? And part of it is I'm pretty sure that the media itself knows that that's their trait and is leaning into it. And I find that endearing. I find it endearing when you're really, really leaning into that, you know? As opposed to when there's a character that you're trying to play very serious or straight or whatever, but they come off as annoying. That's like a kind of different thing that doesn't work as much, and then will actually come off as properly annoying rather than endearing annoying. But yeah, so, like, I know I'm going off on a different tangent here, but I did say this was going to be a weird discussion, and my discussions do tend to vie off in different directions. But, like, talking about annoying, endearing type stuff, right? For example, going back to Blue Box. Blue Box has a dub that's coming out, right? It's not out yet, but there's an English dub that's coming out. And the reason I know it's coming out is I found this out this morning. If you go onto Netflix and you turn on the previews when you highlight over episodes, I normally have them turned off, but if you, like, turn them back on, and then you highlight over Blue Box, it plays a clip from the dub, right? And so I watched the clip from the dub, and it had Hina in it. If you don't watch Blue Box, I'll explain the context you need to know. Essentially, Hina is a character that she's, like, one of the best friends of the main character. Blue Box is like a romance anime, right? She's one of the best friends of the main character, and she's, like, this sort of very quippy gymnast girl who's kind of got, like, a little bit of an ego, but, like, a playful ego, and she makes fun of the main character a lot, right? And she's got, like, kind of a weirdish, high-pitched-ish voice, where in the sub, you know, it's kind of what you'd expect it to sound like. It sounds great in the sub. It's really good. But then in the dub, people were complaining because she's got, like, you know, kind of a high-pitched voice, and people are like, oh my god, why are they making her sound annoying? Like, this character, like, they shouldn't be, like, leaning into her annoying, right? And I really dislike dub complaints a lot of the time, because I feel like the director of these dubs and stuff, to me, it always feels like they have a better understanding of how this is going to work in English than the fans do. Because I read those comments and I go, do you know what this character is? Like, Hina, I love her. She's annoying. That's her trait. Like, she is an annoying character. She's she's charming. She's fun to be around. She's cute. but she's annoying. Like, she will constantly make quips. She will constantly make fun of other people. She will say obnoxious things and then just go, just kidding, haha, you know, like she's an annoying character. That's part of her character's trait. I think from the one clip that I saw of it, her dub voice sounds great. It sounds like what an annoying girl character like that would be, and I can totally see myself also being charmed by that character, by that voice. So, like, to me, I think that is very important. So yeah, anyway, I think that's what's special about Jiji's character to me as well, and I think Alex Lee is doing a great job at Jiji's thing, where it's like he's got a lot of variety and stuff in his way of delivering these lines, while also you know, there's some charm to him. And also there was, in this episode, there was like the bit where he's like, oh, I can't sleep, like this is all you know, I can't sleep because he's here or whatever. He's doing like this dramatic line, right? A very serious line, and Alex Lee sounded fucking great doing that, right? Which, I mean, you know, he's done serious roles before. He did Solo Leveling's main dude or whatever. So, and also someone reminded me, he also is in ZZZ. He's Lighter in ZZZ, which is cool. I haven't come across Lighter in game yet, but I watched the trailers of him on this channel. So yeah, he can be cool. He can sound great. So Jiji, I think like Alex Lee's got the perfect range for him, and it's working very nicely. Anyway, so this episode was about him and Okarun, and like, can they bond? Can they become friends? Like, and I really liked that scene where they're talking on the train, and originally it's them trying to, or it's like Okarun trying to one-up Jiji. And at the time, I wasn't reading the scene as Jiji trying to one-up Okarun. I didn't see that happening. I thought like, well, Jiji's just kind of being himself, and Okarun's the one making it into a competition. But later in this, in the episode, the two of them are actually having a competition, and Jiji's like hyper competitive about it. So it is possible that like subconsciously he was actually making it into a bit of a competition, but now it's like later in the episode is when their true colors kind of showed. So so I might have just misread the scene when it first happened, honestly. But yeah, so jeez, there's a lot to discuss. So them bonding in that train, where it's like they started as this competition between each other, but then Jiji shows some genuine interest, not towards the topic, like only towards the topic or towards the topic in relation to Momo, but towards the topic in relation to Okarun. He actually connects with Okarun about it and like makes eye contact with him and talks directly to him, not talking to the group, talking to him. And then Okarun talks back to Jiji, and the two of them, and they showed in like the shot where it's like, it's kind of from Momo's perspective, looking at the two of them bonding together, right? And it's like, she's on the outside there, but in a good way, because that means that she's not coming between them in that moment, that they're actually like properly getting along. And I think that's a really sweet scene. I think that works very nicely. And it did a good job, like sort of subtly leaning into like that, like they transitioned to the scene subtly from being a love triangle scene into a cool little bonding scene between Jiji and Okarun. I think that was very well done. I'm nicely impressed by the way that that they portrayed that. And so yeah, like I think it's difficult feeling jealous of someone like that, because especially when they're not doing anything wrong. Where like I tend to not feel jealous of someone who's kind of a douche, because they're a douche, you know, and most people can see that on them, and most people can read that. So like sometimes I'll feel a tiny bit jealous at first, but as soon as I see that someone else has clocked that douchiness on them, then I feel a lot better about it because I'm like, okay, at least it's not just me who's seeing this. At least someone else has like picked up on that aspect of their personality, and then I feel so much more comfortable in that situation, and the jealousy fades away because I'm like, yeah, look, like it's good that you can do this and that you've got these traits and stuff, but your lack of authenticity or your lack of politeness or your lack of tact is clear to me and a lot of people, so I don't feel necessarily threatened by your presence. Like, and this is the bit that's shameful for me, is like, why should I feel threatened by someone else's presence? Like, because, and the truth of the matter is, the heart of the matter is, because they will take attention away from me, which is a problem. That's a flaw in my personality, right? I like attention. And I can use that in positive ways. And I try to, like I try to, instead of just getting attention by being obnoxious, I try to get attention by being nice to people and polite and helping people out, and doing these videos, but like trying to entertain people, trying to make good videos, trying to make videos that don't just entertain people, but also, provide them with something better. I'm not acting like this is a noble cause doing this video, but I do try to do stuff like these, decently long discussions where it's like I'm providing something that other people may not be able to provide, which is a perspective like mine, whatever this perspective may be. I try not to give generic comments on an episode if I can help it, and instead give detailed comments that only I could give. But it all still stems from like a need for attention, a want for attention. So when you're jealous of someone else, like someone like Jiji, it's you're not getting the attention, and I feel like a lot of people are like that. I mean, maybe no, I'm not gonna say what I was just about to say because I don't think it's accurate. I'm trying to like police myself live. So yeah, anyway. But Okarun, I mean, a big thing that was sparked on by the end of the previous episode is him going hard, like fighting for what he wants, right? That's a big thing that he's trying to do. He's trying to fight for what he wants, which in this case is Momo. He's trying to fight for Momo. And I wonder how far they're going to take that. Because that's a good way to like spur on the character to make some moves, to like do something and expedite this progress. Now, I wonder, because this show is like 50 to 60% romance, right? It's like a little bit of action, a little bit of mystery, but it feels like it's mostly a romance show, which is cool. I love that. I mean, I love a good romance show. I've been gushing about Blue Box most of this video, but because of that, like, I wonder what type of romance show could it be? Because honestly, the more like romancy this romance show is, the less likely it is that these characters are going to get together in a timely manner. Whereas if it was more of an action show, then I could say like, well, they might get together quicker because like, like a romance show's end goal is the romance generally, right? Which I have a problem with, and I've talked about before, and I'll talk about in a second. While an action show's end goal would be something like, getting the other testicle back, or like, clearing, stopping the alien invasion, I guess is the big thing, right? Like fight, because aliens are gonna be trying to take over the world or whatever. So it's about stopping that alien invasion. That might be the end goal of the show. But with romance shows, you tend to have the end goal is to have this romance be successful. And my problem with that in a lot of romances is that means that the last episode is the characters getting together. And then maybe you have an epilogue, maybe you don't. But it does mean that like the whole series was building up to that moment. We did it! Yay! Roll credits. And then we never see these characters again. I think that kind of sucks, Like, I mean, doesn't mean that the series that do that suck. That some incredible, like a lot of really, really incredible things do that. And it makes sense why they do that. For me, I want to see more. I like when series have a couple get together and then they stay together. And I know some examples of those series, but I don't want to say them out loud because it's kind of a spoiler for the series to know that the characters get together, you know, earlier rather than later. I can give one that I don't think is a spoiler. Horimiya is a good example. And I think that's okay to say because I feel like that's a big selling point of the show is the fact that those characters get together pretty quickly and it's more about their relationship rather than it is about them getting together. So I wonder what route this show is going to take. Is it going to be romancy where that's the end goal? Or are we going to get, and I hope it's this one, are we going to get Okarun and Momo getting together in somewhat of a timely fashion? Like, you know, end of season 2 maybe. You know, halfway through season 2 would be great for me. I think actually that would be ideal for me. Where it's like halfway through season 2, they kind of like realize that they are kind of dating. Like they don't necessarily have to say it to each other, call each other boyfriend, girlfriend, but they at least like realize that they care about each other. And then maybe they don't talk about exactly what that means for them, but they're basically de facto dating, you know? And then maybe at the end of the season, you end it like after they've already been basically dating for a bit with them actually speaking about those feelings. And then, you know, future seasons would be they're just a couple and they're still doing the stuff that they need to do, but they're also a couple. Because I like that. I like when I feel like not enough shows explore the dynamics of a couple who are already together. They like to explore like two people who want to get with each other, which I understand. There's more juiciness in that sort of situation. But to me, I mean, it's been done so much. And also, I like couple dynamics. I think it can be cute. Some people don't like it. Some people find it cringy or whatever. I hate the term cringy. But some people find it cringy or whatever to see couples acting like couples, you know. But to me, I find it kind of endearing. I know people get kind of lame when they're in couples. I have as well gotten lame when I'm in a couple, but it doesn't matter. It means someone's happy. Someone's happy in a relationship with another person. They let their guards down. It's sweet. I think it's nice. So I want to see that for these characters, and I don't want it just to be the last episode. But it might be. It very well might be. Because, I mean, this show, like, no matter what they do, it's probably going to be amazing. So I can't act like, well, it's going to suck if it's only the last episode. Because it probably won't suck. It'll probably be awesome. But I'm just going to be sad that I'm not going to be able to see more of it than that, if that is what happens. Oh, can you hear my voice going? My gosh. I'll just bring the mic a bit closer and talk a bit quieter. Jiji also said in this episode, like, oh, I wish I had a power like you. And I said, well, you probably will get a power. And I think he might. But I did also think when I said that, maybe it'd be cool if he didn't, honestly. Like, we've introduced Okarun, he's got a power. Momo, she's got a power. Ira, she's got a power. Right? We got 3 characters with powers. Awesome. What if we have Jiji be like the Sokka of the group, if we're talking in Avatar The Last Airbender terms, where it's like, he doesn't have a power. He can provide... You know, he can provide something else. I don't know what that something else necessarily is yet, and that would be up to the author to dictate like what he brings to the group. Maybe it's just energy and humor, and like maybe he's just a comic relief. But I think you could give him something else to bring to the group. But I think it would be kind of cool if he didn't get a power. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think he is gonna get a power, whatever it ends up being. It's probably from this ghost. This ghost that we're coming across in his house, that's probably his way into getting a power. But the thing is, I think the author has to come up with yet another way to give the power to Jiji. Because I don't think he's going to double dip on these power gaining methods, which is really interesting. Like, in a lot of series... a lot of different characters gain powers by the same way. You know, if it's My Hero Academia, it's a quirk, you're born with it, you know, or you get it, you develop it when you're 4 or 5 years old, right? If it's like Demon Slayer, you train it, right? It's that you get taught these techniques, and these techniques are basically your power, essentially. So it's actually, you gain it from the training, and so because of that, you know, like water breathing are from these same trainers or whatever, right? So there's like, in different series, there's generally the same ways of gaining your powers, but in this series, so far, we've had Momo, who kind of has her power from her grandmother, I guess, you know. We have Okarun, who gained his power from Turbo Granny, and then we have Ira. Well, actually, going back to Okarun, the way he got it was because Turbo Granny was expelled from Okarun's possessed body, but the power wasn't expelled, right? And then Ira, she gained her power because she was brought back to life using the energy of Acro Silky. So if you have those 3 different ways of attaining powers, I feel like you're not gonna, I don't think they're going to have Jiji die and then have to revive him with the power of this ghost, right? I don't think they're gonna do that unless they find like an interesting way to make that feel unique. I don't think you're going to have him possess Jiji and then expel that creature into another cat, another fortune cat or whatever, right? So what do? How do you change it up? I can't think of a way, but I'm sure the author has thought of a way to make that happen. But I'm very curious. I think it's going to be interesting seeing like what they do with that. If they do give Jiji power again, they could just like not do that and ignore it. I'm looking at my notes. The competition, I guess this is the last note. The competition that they had between them, where it's like, I love Momo more because blah 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 blah. No, I love Momo more because blah 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 blah. Is very funny. It did change my perception of Jiji though. Like, I am surprised that he was kind of closer to what we thought he was when we first saw him than we thought, essentially. But I wonder how much he actually cares about that. Like, I'm curious as to whether, like, is he an actual romantic threat? Is he actually trying to get with Momo? Or is he just hyper competitive in that he likes the idea of being more important to her, but he's not actually like romantically interested in her or whatever. I don't know. And I'm excited to find out more of these character dynamics. But yeah, I mean, my voice is almost completely gone, so I should stop this video there. I've been recording for an hour, so that's quite a lot for a 20-minute episode to record for an hour. But yeah, anyway, thank you for watching my reaction to Dan Da Dan. That was episode 12. That is the end of season 1. This show was fucking incredible. It was an amazing show. It had incredible animation, great voice acting. The dub was amazing. And I mean, when I gushed about that on Blue Sky, this is a brag that Lisa Reimold and AJ Beckles both liked my tweet, the voices of Ira and Okarun respectively. And that is, one of the highlights of my year. That was probably one of the highlights of 2024 for me. So good. I'm very happy about that. Because I loved all of their performances in here. Abby Trott blew me the fuck away. where like I'm actually now she's rocketed up my charts of favorite voice actors, and she might be one of my favorites just in general, because she did such an incredible job. And yeah, I mean, Lisa Reimold as well, and AJ Beckles, like, they all did so well. And I already talked about Alex Lee in this video. Like, every person added to this cast has been just perfect. So perfect. Back when I first heard about Dan Da Dan, I never read it. I heard about it. I heard it was good. A friend told me it was good. I thought about checking it out, and then I was like, no, I don't feel like checking it out now. And then I heard the anime was coming out, and I went, okay, I definitely won't check it out because I'm going to probably do reaction videos to it. And I'm glad that I didn't, because this is like such an incredible adaptation that like this feels like the perfect way to experience this show. Like experiencing it in anime form and also in dub form. My choice to watch the dub, no one could convince me it was a bad idea. Nobody. Absolutely no one. I have and am rewatching it in sub, and I've already rewatched most of these episodes in sub. It's great. It's really good. Watching it in dub was the best choice I've ever made. It was so good. So yeah, I loved this show. Can't wait until July when I get more episodes. But thank you so much for joining me in Down to Down episode 12. Make sure to support the video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing to support my voice, which is going as we speak. Go to my Patreon account for full-length early access and exclusive videos. And yeah, I will see you next time. Go check out some other videos on the channel. Since this series is over, I'd like to see you on other videos if you could go check them out. But thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.